Tonight on KSL Outdoors, we're headed out on Utah's most popular ATV trail system. That's right, it's the Paiute Trail down in Sevier County.
Plus, we'll take you to a remote island on the Great Salt Lake to see one of the largest colonies of nesting pelicans in the world.
I'm Adam Eagle, and this is KSL Outdoors.
KSL Outdoors with Adam Eagle is brought to you by your local Ford stores.
Welcome to KSL Outdoors. I'm Adam Eagle. Hey, we got a fun show for you tonight. We're headed out riding with our good friends from Utah State Parks, and we brought our good friend Jumpin' JC to show us where to go. Where are we doing?
I don't know, man. I'm just going on some trail, on an OHV trail. I don't even know what OHV means. No, I do, and I'm very excited. I'm not much of an ATV rider, but it's going to be a great show.
Leading the charge today, Kevin Arrington.
Welcome to Sevier County, Central Utah. We are here at the Fremont Indian State Park, and we're going up what's known as the Max Reed Trail. It's a great little trail, 50 inches wide as you get up to the top. We'll go to the Silver King Mine. We'll drop into the Kimberly Ghost Town. Just see some wonderful, wonderful sights and a lot of history.
Do I need to worry about rattlesnakes? I didn't bring any rattlesnake boots.
No, we'll take care of those on the way.
John, there's a snake in your boot.
Yeah!
Max Reed is a former Forest Service employee who did a lot, obviously, for the trail system. And when he retired, they renamed this section of trail after him, but it's a beautiful section of trail. Gets us to the top of the mountain where we'll get to some of the mining history of the area, and it's a lot of fun.
The Max Reed Trail is about 12 miles long and can be made into a loop ride. It begins just off I-70 at an elevation of around 6,000 feet. From there, it rises through stands of juniper trees and eventually into thick pines and aspens at just over 10,000 feet. The vistas and views are spectacular, and the chance to see wildlife is pretty good, especially in the early mornings or evenings. The Max Reed Trail eventually connects to the Paiute ATV trail system.
Paiute has about 1,500 miles of trail and road. By the time you add in some of the access routes and then other trails in the area, you're almost 2,000 miles of playground. What we find is that the Paiute Trail is kind of Sevier County's Disneyland. Folks from all over the country will come and enjoy the Paiute Trail and some of the other things that we have going on in the county. The county also includes places like Fish Lake, Big Rock Candy Mountain, Fremont Indian State Park, so there's a lot to see and do.
The Paiute, Gooseberry, and Arapeen trail systems are known to ATV enthusiasts across the world. In fact, the Paiute ATV trail system has been called one of the top 5 trails in the country. Some say it's even the best.
The entire system brings in between $6 and $8 million to the local communities in the course of the summer. In 2014, the Forest Service, with counters on trails throughout the system, found that about 100,000 people came out and rode the trail last year. And it's fascinating because you can be out here just about any day and not run into too many people. When you've got a couple thousand miles of trail to work with, you know, it's not too busy, but there are a lot of folks that enjoy it. Paiute Trail as well as the Gooseberry Trail, but they both access numerous towns. You can ride your ATV right into town. So if you wanted to spend 4 or 5 days out on the trail, you could ride from one town, maybe Richfield, spend the day on the trail, end up at Big Rock Candy Mountain, spend the night, and then another day up and over into Beaver, and you could just be all over central Utah and not have to worry about going back and trailering up and you know, getting back to your hotel.
The Max Reed Trail is a bit steep in some areas, but most intermediate skilled riders will handle it just fine. Even first-time riders should be okay.
A lot of people that listen to you, John, they know you fish and you hunt, but do you ever just get out with the four-wheeler much?
You know, I'm not much of a four-wheeler, but this has been great. The guys from the DNR, they've been awesome, and this has been such a fun trip. I'm doing it again.
Yeah. Do you think your kids could do some of this riding?
Absolutely. It's cake. It's a cake ride. I mean, if I can do it, you know, anybody can do it.
Coming up next on KSL Outdoors.
This is actually a remnant of the hotel that was left here at Kimberly Gold Mine.
We'll show you some of the old mining towns on the Tushers, but first let's test your knowledge on riding ATVs in tonight's climate quiz question. Riding an OHV in the sand or in the mountains has become increasingly a popular activity. With that comes responsibilities like learning and obeying OHV safety laws and rules, and sharing trails with other user groups including equestrians, hikers, mountain bikers, even skiers. One of the best things you can do is to always wear a helmet, which leads us to tonight's climate quiz question, which is, at what age is a driver or passenger of an OHV not legally required to wear a helmet? If you know the answer, log on to our KSL Outdoors Facebook page, give us the correct answer, and while you're at it, give us a like. We'll then randomly select and announce a winner on our Facebook page the following week. The winner set to walk away with a Climate Static V sleeping pad. Climate, comfortable, rugged, and lightweight. KSL Outdoors will be right back to the Paiute ATV Trail System.
KSL Outdoors is also brought to you by Fish Tech Outfitters, Utah State Parks, Burt Brothers, Sportsman's Warehouse, Evanston, Wyoming, Climate, and Camp Chef.
Welcome back to KSL Outdoors and the Paiute ATV Trail System. The Tusher Mountains have a storied history of people searching for fortune. Back in the late 1800s, prospectors came to the Tushers in search of gold and discovered 2 large veins of both gold and silver. These early miners founded the Gold Mountain Mining District in April 1889. By 1900, mines had sprung up all across the northeast flank of the Tusher Range.
We're here on the Paiute Trail up on the Tusher Mountains at the Silver King Mine. And right around the turn of the century, early 1900s, Brigham and Pansy Darger put this mine in and they mined for silver. They lived up here for a number of summers. They would live in the bottom portion of the home, and then they had 10 miners that lived upstairs. There's a small kind of a hike that allows you to see where the mine was. It's got some of the old track that was used to dump the tailings.
What do you think? Want to go for a little spelunking?
Not tonight. It's late for me. Maybe tomorrow.
Like I was telling you, there is not enough silver in the world for me to go down into that thing.
Bats, bears, badgers, whatever.
Oh,
No
that
thanks.
looks spooky. That would have been a rough life.
They never really struck the silver vein that they were looking for, but it's a great piece of history.
Another historical stop just a few miles away is the old ghost town of Kimberly, once home to thousands of miners and their families.
This is actually a remnant of the hotel that was left here at Kimberly Gold Mine. It was actually a 3-story building according to the research that I've done. So if you look over here behind us, you may be able to see remnants of what was the fireplace that was the center of the building, I'm sure.
By 1902, the area mines employed hundreds of miners that were paid a whole $3 a day. The town of Kimberly boasted a post office, a school, dance hall, doctor's office, general stores, saloons, barbershops, boarding houses, a dairy, and 2 newspapers. Kimberly's population rose, and by 1905, the local mines were at their peak production, running 7 days a week.
At that time, I know that there was over 10,000 people on this mountain gold mining, and this area, I think, had over 5,000 people living in the town of Kimberly.
By about 1907, the mine stopped producing, and the town eventually died. By the 1940s, the Forest Service came up and removed most of the buildings. Foundations and a few ironworks are all that remain. But still, a great historical stop along the Paiute Trail.
Hey, John, I don't know about you, but this is a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, beautiful scenery. We had a great ride. I'm going to run out and buy an ATV and come back next week. You know, I am.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Enjoy your state parks.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
See what you've done, Kevin?
Yeah,
A lot of
that's
fun.
awesome. Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
And if
Enjoyed
people want to come out here and bring their families, where do they find out some information
it. Well,
on
the
this,
easiest place
on this
is to go to the website, just trailcountry.com, and there'll be information about the Paiute, the Gooseberry Trail, as well as local lodging and restaurant options.
Up next on KSL Outdoors, we take you to an island in the Great Salt Lake that not very many people get to set foot on and capture the local inhabitants. That just ahead, but first back to the guys at Fish Tech for tonight's fishing report.
Hi, I'm Nate Raymond from Fish Tech Outfitters, and right now it's hot, it's humid, and the mosquitoes are out. So to make your fishing trip more pleasant, you want to make sure you take the stuff that's going to keep those bugs at bay. So the first thing you can do is apply bug spray. We've got bug spray with DEET contents from 100% all the way down to 7%. What's important to know is that the higher the DEET content, the more it's going to start out strong and fade slowly. The lower the DEET content is going to be more consistent, but you're going to have to reapply more often. My favorite is this 33.4% lotion. It goes on and lasts for a long time. It's releasing it. It's a long release of the DEET. This spray is great for clothing and gear. You can spray it on your gear. It'll keep the bugs away from your gear and clothing. As for clothes though, we carry some great products that you can just wear and will keep the bugs away. This is the Buff Insect Shield sort of bandana that I love, and Ex Officio also makes a bandana that'll keep those bugs away from your neck and head. Ex Officio makes some great bug repellent clothing, such as a jacket that you can slip on over anything you've got on, and it's mesh and it's lightweight and it'll keep you cool. And they sell some very nice shirts that have that insect shield built into the fibers, like a long sleeve or a nice looking button up. If you have any questions on keeping the bugs away or anything else, come on down to Fish Tech and we'll help you out. Now for tonight's Fishing Line.
Welcome back to KSL Outdoors. I'm Adam Meikle. Well, we've moved to the north end of the Great Salt Lake. We're going out to do something that not a lot of people get to do on an island. Not a lot of people get to see.
Located on the northern arm of Great Salt Lake is Gunnison Island, home to one of the largest breeding colonies of American white pelicans in the world.
The only way there is by boat. The only place to launch is this harbor.
Gunnison Island is a protected pelican nesting grounds owned by the DWR. The 6-mile ride to the island feels almost out of this world. This part of Great Salt Lake, the salt is so thick it makes the shores resemble a bank of snow, and water here is as pink as antifreeze from a type of microbe called archaea.
That has red pigments in it, and archaea, it's not a bacteria, it's not an algae, it's a whole different life form.
Once on the island, about 24 biologists and bird enthusiasts pan out to capture and band around 300 young-of-the-year pelicans. The idea? Set up a makeshift corral on the shore and herd the juveniles into the trap.
For the corral, we set it up kind of in a semicircle and then have 2 wings that spread out so we can funnel the birds. Okay, I'm heading out.
Go ahead and push these front ones, get them going.
Surrounded, the trap is sprung. Volunteers pull a bird out one at a time.
Oh my God! Oh, grab its beak, by the way.
Then biologists attach a leg band and a colored alphanumeric marker to their wings.
Pelicans are not a hunted species, so not only did we put the federal bands on, but we also put these patagial markers on. And that allows people a chance to identify those or see those or get a report on locations, travel, where they go from the island here, where they're fishing, where they winter.
Part of this banding project is to find out if any of these juveniles find their way up to Strawberry, where fisheries biologists there are concerned that some pelicans are stopping native Bonneville cutthroat trout from entering the tributaries to spawn.
We did have our first sighting last year of a Gunnison bird. He was banded in 2011, showed up in 2014.
Up at Strawberry?
Up at Strawberry. So it took 3 years for the bird to get from here up to there. One of the things that the fishermen don't take into account is these also eat some of the feeder fish, so the chub and some of what they would consider the trash fish, which you think that takes away the forage from their fish too, but it doesn't. It also helps maintain the size and the size class of the forage fish so that the sport fish can actually reach catchable sizes.
I understand their concerns, but I don't think the take is substantial enough to really be a real issue.
Can you capture the smell?
Yeah, can you smell?
We need some smell-o-vision.
Smell vision, yeah.
Whew.
You can do your part to help out with this study. If you see one of these wing tags on these pelicans at any of your favorite lakes or rivers, be sure to call the Division of Wildlife Resources. Write the number down, let them know where you saw it. Want to let him go?
Yeah, we're going to let him free now.
All right, back to the hills, boy.
Time now for tonight's Wild Arrow and Hoyt Archery Tech Tip.
Hey guys, Jeremiah from Wild Arrow Archery. Hey, this week I want to talk about possibly getting a new bow for this year's bow hunt. You know, some of those guys are still kind of on the fence. Maybe you're shooting a little bit older model, you're not quite happy with it. You know, with these newer models, they're so much easier to get set up and dialed in. They're really quick. We can have you shooting perfect in no time. Hoyt has this new Defiant model out, which we absolutely love. I shoot one, it's a great bow. And right now, Hoyt actually has a promotion. You come down and try the Defiant, you can actually enter in to win a pickup truck. Kind of a cool little promotion. If you want, come on down and try one. I think you'd be really surprised. You might fall in love with the new bow. And there's another bow from Hoyt that I really want to show you called the Hoyt Power Max. We're going to step right over here. I'm going to show you that one next. All right, guys, the next bow I wanted to talk to you about was actually the Hoyt Power Max. You know, this bow is one of the best built bows for the price on the market right now. It's got the best quality strings and cables on there. It's going to come with a really good quality kit that's going to have a 5-pin sight, fall away rest, stabilized wristling, and a quiver, all for a package deal of $650. This is a great shooting bow. It has an IBO speed rate at 325 feet per second, so it's going to be plenty fast for you. And if you mentioned that you've seen this on KSL Outdoors, we're actually going to throw in a free half-dozen arrows with this bow setup. So, hey, don't forget to come on down, test dive a new Defiant. Maybe you can win yourself a new pickup truck. Get on down to Wild Arrow Archery and let's get you ready to go bow hunting.
Boy, we're just off the top here of the Max Reed Trail. Took a little side road to get to the top here. We got the Copper Belt Peak behind us, 11,383 feet. Great terrain for some goats, great terrain for some, hey, will you get out of our shots? Chad Booth is lost up here. Great weather though, isn't it?
I'm volunteering for search and rescue. They said there was some guy named Adam up here.
I was lost. Yeah. Hey, great weather up here for fishing, for hunting. What's your next outdoor adventure look like weather-wise? Let's find out by turning it over to the guys and gals in the weather department.
Welcome back to the Great Salt Lake. Did our Paiute ATV trail story leave you wanting more to get out on the trail? Well, you're in luck. September 19th through the 23rd is the annual Rocky Mountain Jamboree down in Richfield. This is the 24th year of this event that brings riders from all over the country for 5 days of riding and fun on the Paiute and Gooseberry trail systems. For information on how to sign up, check our Outdoors calendar page on the Outdoors section at ksltv.com.
All right, Tanya, better get a picture of that guy. A face only a mother could love, huh? Cool looking bird. What'd you think, huh?
That's
pretty stinky. Look at that beak though on that guy. Pretty cool bird right there. Hey, don't forget when you get a chance to hold a pelican, a big fish, or maybe a big buck off this year's hunt, make sure to take a couple snapshots, submit it to our contest. You might win our big prize from Camp Chef. Now here it is, the best of the week, our snapshot of the week.
We start with a fantastic fishing trip for Jonah and his family in the High Uintas. They were there over the 4th of July, and Jonah says after landing a tiger on his first cast, he knew it was going to be a good day. They caught 3 species of trout, and after 70 fish, called it a day. Jonah says it was the hottest action they've ever had in the Uintas. Nothing like making memories in the great outdoors. Kate's dad caught this big, beautiful brown trout in one of his favorite haunts. When they went to clean the big fish, they got quite the surprise. Inside, they found a gopher, which explained why the trout's stomach was so stretched full. Ryan has proof that the size of your fish is not what matters, but getting out and enjoying the outdoors is what makes the best memories. This is the smallest fish they caught on a quick run out and fish dash, but by his son's proud smile, you would think he'd caught the big fish of the day. Kate Shepard was hiking around Red Pine Lake a few weeks ago when she encountered this pure white chickmunk on the western shores. Kate couldn't quite get close enough to see if the chickmunk had red eyes and was a true albino, but it sure was a cool find. And finally, our winner tonight at the young age of 7 has already beat Dad's best fish with this monster of a cutthroat. Jake and his daughter Gabby were fishing from shore on the Soldier Creek side of Strawberry Reservoir when Gabby ended up landing this 24-inch, 6-pound cutthroat all by herself. Dad says he couldn't have asked for a better Father's Day weekend than to watch his daughter succeed in the outdoors. A great catch, Gabby, one you can now cook up with our big prize for having just won, our snapshot of the week. Remember, submit your pictures or video plus an explanation of your latest outdoor adventures online at ksltv.com. The winner each week wins a commemorative 100th anniversary National Parks cast iron Dutch oven and skillet. And the winner is also entered into our Ford Trucks quarterly Facebook giveaway for a Camp Chef pellet grill.
Camp Chef has improved your campsite cooking for 25 years. Let's improve your patio cooking with the Camp Chef pellet grill. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
Kevin, that was a lot of fun.
It was a great day.
Yeah, and I was interested in all the things you showed us, from the old mining town here to the old family homestead up there on the mountain. That was cool.
It's beautiful up here to be in the forest, and we appreciate you coming.
You didn't run me off the road one time.
No.
You did that yourself.
I almost did myself. Hey, if you get time with your family, your friends, get down here, enjoy the Paiute ATV Trail. Hey, I'm Adam Eagle, KSL Outdoors, reminding you to get out with your family, your friends, and make some memories outdoors. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.